It's a pleasure for all of us to have with us today Dr. Miran Chadha Borwankar, 1981 batch IPS, who was Director General of Bureau of Police Research and Development and National Crime Records Bureau. She was Chief of Maharashtra Prisons, Commissioner of Police, Pune, DIG CBI, Chief of Aurangabad and Satara Police, Deputy Commissioner of different police zones in Mumbai, and Chief of Crime Branch, Mumbai. I remember interacting with her, listening to her in fact, and getting inspired by her when she was Chief of Crime Branch, Mumbai. She has a doctorate in organizational management, is a Hubert H. Humphrey Fellow, University of Minnesota, USA, underwent executive development program from University of New England, Australia, a law graduate, member of the core advisory group of criminal justice system of reforms of National Human Rights Commission, is on various academic boards. She is also a recipient of President's Police Medal for Distinguished Services, authored 3 books, Leaves of Life, Inspector Chogle, Madam Commissioner, conducted research on gender in Maharashtra Police, writes extensively. In fact, I have all the 3 books and I have read them as well. One, the Madam Commissioner, I am halfway through. So I am actually looking forward to listening to you, ma'am, today, and really hope that all those who are listening, who get an opportunity to get benefited from this talk, will remember your words of wisdom which are going to flow now. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar to all of you, my lovely audience here. So, ma'am has introduced me in a very elaborate manner, but all of you sitting here and those listening to me, I would start with Maya Angelou. She's a poet, she's an author, she's a very deep thinker. My mission in life is not to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion. Passion here for all of us, since audience today is civil servants. आप कहीं पे भी हैं देश में, कुछ भी काम कर रहे हैं, छोटा है या बड़ा है, that is immaterial. We are all together here. So with passion for work, my mission in life is not only to survive but to thrive, and to do so with passion, passion for hard work, compassion. That will be the theme of my talk. Compassion to serve, compassion for the people for whom we are in the service. Passion, compassion, humor. वो काम में हम इतने बिजी हो जाते हैं that we forget about humor, to laugh, to enjoy, and style. So while coming here, I was thinking, style without service is no style. So when we as civil servants thrive, we don't survive. Luckily, government pays us well. We must admit that. Therefore, there should be a passion to serve, compassion for those whom we can help. Humor, वो कुछ कहीं तो कमी हो जाती है अपने में, वो तो कल्टीवेट करना चाहिए, all of us in our office. And style with service. मैं शुरुआत में ही आपको एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंट बताती हूँ about humor, which I feel somehow we lack. I hope my audience understand a little Punjabi, little Hindi. I am from Punjab. One day I was sitting in my office and I was feeling very low. And an officer walked in without appointment. He had come to a very adverse notice and he needed some help. Help means he wanted financial help. He wanted to engage a lawyer, and this officer had never worked with me. That incident where he had tried to control violent mob had taken place in Mumbai. And here I was sitting in my office in a bleak afternoon feeling low, and he threatened me with suicide. Madam, if you don't help me, he said in Marathi, I will commit suicide. Give me help, give me money, I just want to engage a lawyer to put up my point of view. I didn't know what to do. I thought, okay, I'll give a call to the Director General of Police. I was already IG, Inspector General. So I had the guts and I rang up the DG. I said, sir, I'm feeling very low, but I have an issue. He said, हाँ बोलो. I said, this officer has come. He needs money because we may be thinking he has made some mistake. Public may be thinking citizens must be maybe not very happy with him, but he has a right to represent himself and to present his point of view. He needs money to engage a lawyer. Guess what did my DG say? You know what? There was a pause. Then he said, in Punjabi, in Maharashtra, that officer was from Punjab, he said, Dasso keda bank lutiye? Tell me which bank we should loot. So this senior officer helped that officer, junior officer, but he made us day when both of us, one threatening suicide, other feeling low, not knowing how to help, and here a DG who was ready to help, but that with very strong sense of humor. Dasso keda bank lutiye. So I am saying we have to have passion, compassion, humor and style with a very strong feeling. See, when we wanted to join this job, how much we tried for it. All of us. आप कहीं पे भी हैं, किसी भी job में है, you have tried very hard to reach a particular position. So we should not forget. We are here not to enjoy the perks, only to feel my baap, sahib, but to serve people. And that is the crux of my talk today, where I'll be very freely and frankly sharing my experiences. I have only 4 points. 1, as civil servants, we should not stop learning and learn to serve. अब देखिए, I am from IPS, and guess during my practical training who taught me the most and who taught me the most practical tips of working on the field, from registering a first information report to making a spot panchnama to recover an object which has been used for a violent crime. Guess who? Not a senior officer. A head constable who was posted in Nasik Road Police Chowki, not even police station. So I want to say, let's learn even from the lowest. And why do you even call them the lowest? If their knowledge is there, let's forget our ranks. And this learning has to be used for serving others. And ma'am said, I did law. Yes, I have 2 boys. I have a family. And yet, why did I do law? Maybe many of my audience today is not aware that we police officers also get criminal cases registered against us. And the first case which was registered against me was when I was only 4 months old in the department. And when the notice came, and unfortunately for me, it was followed not by summons but by warrant, non-bailable warrant. And the last case which finished against me was in December 2024. In between, I thought, इन इतनी बड़ी बड़ी लॉ की बुक्स या नोटिस से क्या डरना, अपन लॉ ही कर लेते हैं. So I encourage my audience, continue learning, and it has helped me. Now I don't get scared of big notices, files, lawyers, their black coats. I know how to represent myself. And why did I do PhD? Because my thesis is on organizational management of police while being engaged with citizens on community policing. I very firmly believe, and I'm sure all of you sitting here, police is short of resources, short of technology, short of manpower, equipment. इसमें अगर हम अपनी performance बढ़ाना मांगते हैं, nothing like holding the hand of community. So my first point, that learning not only helps you to serve others, learning helps you to grow yourself. So as a civil servant, wherever you are in the country, don't ever stop learning because you feel, now I am sitting on the chair, enough. Enough is not enough when it comes to learning. Second, grow. Don't stop growing. You know, once I was asked by a lawyer when he was cross-examining me in 1993 Mumbai blast case. You must have heard of this. And he was he had put his one leg on the chair. For 3 days he cross-examined me. And I could not make up my mind that how serious is he about his cross, or he deeply dislikes me. Because he was very curious, he kept looking at me. Later on he told me he had seen me taking part in a play, in a drama when I was an IPS officer, and he could not believe that the same lady who took part in a play could also be a professional investigator. And why do I take part in plays? Why do I join book clubs? Because I want to grow. And this growth, for all of you, all civil servants, good reading helps you to grow. But keep in mind, learning and growth both are for serving people. A matured, well-grown individual with all the emotions, maturity, can help citizens in solving the problem. After all, why do people come to us? They have an issue. And if we are ourselves not matured, grown up, we will become a part of the problem instead of solving the problems. So these two points about learning to grow as a civil servant, growing, maturing, taking part in various activities, including, I am a very firm believer, आजकल तो podcast आ गए हैं. They also help you to learn to grow. And growing and learning as part of your main agenda as civil servant to help and serve the citizens. You know, many times people ask me, tell us the best moment of your career. I have enjoyed my career, but frankly I'll tell you one moment which really touched my heart. I was SP in Satara district. It's a district next to Pune. It has one part which is very scenic, Mahabaleshwar, Panchgani. Another part, Maswad, Man, talukas, which are very dry. Everywhere, wherever I go from day one of my joining service, I keep 1 hour for citizens to meet me without appointment. And it has really helped me to get information, for a reality check. I will encourage all of us. 1 घंटा आप जरूर रखिए where citizens can meet you and without appointment. So, control room rang me up. Control room was on the ground floor. My chamber as SP of Satara was on the first floor, and the control room officer rang up, Madam, in Marathi, there is a lady, She's very argumentative. She's telling me that she would not leave this place. She has to meet you, but your 1 hour without appointment timing is over. I said, okay, it is over, but we can relax, send her up. And he told me she has come from Man. And I realized to come from Man, she must have traveled about 2 hours in a bus. So a thin lady walks in with a very toned kind of cotton sari. But she has no hesitation that she is entering a SP's chamber. She sits in front of me and my whole huge, desk, wooden desk, and she says in Marathi, "You are sitting here to give me justice." I could not believe. And you know how she sat? She sat like this. She said, "तुम्ही इकडे बसलेला आहात मला न्याय देण्याकरता." And all my fancy ideas about being SP of a district were brought down to the ground. Yes, all these false pretenses, arrogance has to be set aside. This is the lady. She as a citizen is asking for her right. It's my duty to serve her. So these kinds of moments, आप सबकी लाइफ में आई होंगी ऐसी मोमेंट्स. These citizens, we should cherish them. She was poor, but she was aware of her rights. And instead of feeling who is she to question me, all of us should have the humility to accept, yes, main aim of civil servants is to serve them. एक तो मैं आपको बता दूं, जिसके पास पैसा है ना उसको सर्व करने वाले 100 हैं. And they will manage somehow. They have that power of money. Why are we here? To help people like this. So learn and grow and be mature to appreciate an ordinary citizen who is looking at you and seeking help. और उसको अपने यहाँ से दुखी मत जाने दीजिए. थर्ड पॉइंट, टेक रिस्क. हम जो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स या सिविल सर्वेंट्स बहुत ना आराम प्रस्त हो जाते हैं एंड वी स्टॉप टेकिंग रिस्क. नाउ आई विल टेल यू, in Maharashtra when I joined 1981 batch, no lady had been given a district as a district police chief. मैंने अभी आपको सातारा का बताया, but that is of 1996. When I told my Director General of Police, "Sir, I want to be nominated as a district SP," he sent my file to the Chief Minister, because by that time I had already done 10 years in service and my batchmates had been district police chiefs. Twice my file was returned because the CM felt, how would a lady handle a district? वो तो पूरा आदमी है सब वहाँ पे तो 100%. Maybe the district had only 5 or 10 women, and that also at constable level. I am talking of 1991. Twice he returned the file, but I insisted because though it was risky in the mind of the Chief Minister, it was risky to give district to a woman. उन्होंने ये भी कहा, अगर आज मीरा को कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है मुंबई में तो हम उसकी मदद के लिए हैं. अगर उसको बाहर जिले में भेज दिया, who would help her? Not only risk, but confidence. I said, sir, आप मुझे जिला दीजिए, मुझे आपकी हेल्प की मदद की ज़रूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. And I was given Aurangabad. It's a very communally sensitive district. But one plus point, which again all civil servants, all bureaucrats, citizens are with us. मुझे लोगों ने फील ही नहीं होने दिया that you are the first woman police chief. Not only did citizens help me, the staff, they were so helpful that my tenure was smooth. And after that in Maharashtra, every lady IPS officer gets an independent district. थोड़ा रिस्क था. वही रिस्क मुझे कब थोड़ा ज़्यादा समझ में आया when I was asked, would you join Mumbai as Joint Commissioner Crime? आज जो ऑडियंस हमारे को देख रही है, सुन रही है, उनको पता होगा मुंबई की क्राइम ब्रांच का क्या मतलब है। दाऊद, छोटा राजन, रवि पुजारी, वेरी वायलेंट गैंगस्टर्स। मैंने एक मिनट भी नहीं सोचा, बिकॉज आई रियली बिलीव रिस्क टेकिंग इज पार्ट ऑफ आवर जॉब, स्पेशली एज पुलिस ऑफिसर्स। मे बी ब्यूरोक्रेसी, बट आई फील इवन एन एफिशिएंट ब्यूरोक्रेट हैज टू बी अ रिस्क टेकर। मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया। और अगेन सिटीजन्स एंड क्राइम ब्रांच मुंबई इतना जबरदस्त सपोर्ट किया मुझे कि 3.5 साल मैंने वहां ये सब गैंगस्टर्स के अगेंस्ट मोकोका लगाया। जो भी लेटेस्ट एक्ट था, लेटेस्ट पुलिस थिंकिंग प्रोसेसेस थे, सब यूज किए। मुझे लगा एक छोटा सा रिस्क है, बट ले लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली यू आर सर्विंग पीपल। You also feel good. I am not denying that. That as Joint CP Crime Mumbai, I felt very proud of the fact that I am leading a unit of Mumbai Police, which is considered the best in confronting, investigating, and successfully convicting gangsters. अब मेरा last point, then we'll have question answers. I hope हमारी audience देख सुन रही है. Balance in life. Learn to serve, grow to serve, take risks to serve, but you must have a balance, santulan in life to serve, because it helps you to serve. When I told you I am 1981 batch and I asked for a district only 1991, उस 10 साल के दरमियान I had a child. So when you have a family, you have some obligations towards family. Whether you are a man or a female, that is immaterial. We have to balance our family life. तो मैंने क्या सोचा, मेरा बेटा भी छोटा है और आपको सबको पता है पुलिस में एट एसपी लेवल बहुत बार डेकॉइटीज हो रही हैं, नाइट राउंड पे आप जा रहे हो, मिडनाइट मर्डर हो गया, बहुत भारी एक्सीडेंट हो गया, आजकल तो रेन्स का इतना इशू है, फ्लड्स हैं, everywhere police has to rush. So how will I do justice to my job as a mother, as a wife, as a homemaker and as a police officer? तो देखिए बैलेंस करना बहुत ज़रूरी था। मुझे बहुत ख़राब लगा कि मैं अभी तक जिला नहीं किया इंडिपेंडेंट, मेरे सब बैचमेट्स जिले में चले गए हैं। बट यू हैव टू लुक फॉर योर टाइमिंग एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर अबाउट योर ड्यूटीज़ टुवर्ड योर फैमिली एंड टुवर्ड्स योर जॉब। और दूसरा देखिए, जब मैं सीबीआई में थी, मैम ने इंट्रोडक्शन में बोला मैं डीआईजी सीबीआई थी, मैं इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंसेस विंग मुंबई लीड कर रही थी। तो मुझे बोला गया कि आप दिल्ली आइए एज एन आईजी। तो मेरा बड़ा बेटा तब 12th में था, एंड यू नो हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दोज डेज 12th वाज फॉर ऑल द एडमिशंस। आई सेड नो। They said, नहीं आपको आना ही पड़ेगा। I said, okay, repatriate me back to my cadre. I cannot be outside Pune, where my son is studying in 12th, where my husband and my younger son are, and be in Delhi in this crucial year. So ये बैलेंस करना भी हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज जो भी मेरी ऑडियंस आज सुन रही है, देख रही है, अगर आपके घर में किसी भी तरह की तकलीफ है तो आप कुछ भी चाहे, यू कैन नॉट फोकस ऑन योर जॉब टोटली। सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू विल बी 100% सक्सेसफुल इन बैलेंसिंग जॉब एंड फैमिली एवरी डे एवरी टाइम, बट ये थॉट आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू, ये थॉट कि मैं आदमी हूँ तो मैं क्यों घर में काम करूँ, my wife should look after, I am high and mighty officer, or the same thought from a woman is not done. वो दिन बीत गए। All of us have to work together to have balanced family life and balanced career balance and santulan help you to serve. So all my points which I wanted to share with you, learn to serve, grow to serve, take risks to serve and balance your life. उसमें जो मेन है वो सर्विस ही है. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू एंड माई टॉक कि परसेप्शन देखिए कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. टू सी द वर्ल्ड इन ए ग्रेन ऑफ सैंड एंड हेवन इन वाइल्ड फ्लावर, टू होल्ड इन्फिनिटी इन द palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. 1 घंटा ऑफ सर्विस कैन बी एटर्निटी. आप कितने पावरफुल हैं, कितनी क्रिएटिवली पावरफुल हैं, कितने क्रिएटिवली सर्विस हैं, दैट इज इनफाइनाइट. एंड मोर सो वंस यू आर सिटिंग ऑन एन ऑफिशियल चेयर एज ए सिविल सर्वेंट. और आप हेवन वाइल्ड फ्लावर में भी देख सकते हैं और दुनिया सैंड के एक छोटे से कण में भी देख सकते हैं. तो अपनी परसेप्शन, अपना काम, अपनी थिंकिंग अगर आप सर्विस मोड में ले आए, you will be the happiest person on the earth. And I wish all my audience on air and sitting here happy service. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.
Thank you. What an inspiring 20 minutes, I would say. But there's so much more we would like to learn from you. So Dr. Purvankar, you've had a very remarkable career. We have read about you, we have heard about you, and we just heard you and we can make out. So in the Indian Police Service, you have tried out so many different roles and excelled at each. You have been breaking you have already broken many barriers, and you could do it with flair. And you set new benchmarks of integrity and leadership too. Today, through the lens of Mission Karmyogi, which we represent and we are committed to, we would like to understand from you how and what triggered this idea of providing service, serving those who need your service. How did it get triggered in you? How did you start thinking on those lines right from the beginning of your career and maybe at different junctures? Like you talked about the old lady who came and who almost demanded justice, and you did not feel offended. You felt really, you actually appreciated her for demanding what is her right. So you looked at it like that. So there has to be something core inside you which told you that, okay, you are here to serve. That chair is for serving others. So in Mission Karmyogi, we talk about how we turn karmcharis into karmyogis. And this is something which you displayed by that particular incident. But how did it get inculcated in you?
Now when you are asking and I am asked about it, and I think, see, my father was in Punjab Police, and I used to feel his uniform is so powerful that he can help anyone and there will be so many people. So from childhood, and sir, he retired from BSF. No, my father retired from BSF, though he was in Punjab Police. So more than chair, for me, uniform became a symbol of service. I would see that anyone who is coming to meet him at home or in office, and we are refugees from Pakistan, so many people we used to see coming. His uniform gave him that leverage that he could help out. तो बचपन से जो देखा ना, the uniform got associated with service, not with a very arrogant power. तो मुझे लग रहा है बचपन से ही देखना. I would like to quote one more incident, and this is again I would like to share with my audience and my friends here. ये जो मेरी बुक है मैडम कमिश्नर, इसके पीछे की कहानी सुनिए. मैं पुणे पुलिस कमिश्नर थी, तो मेरे पीए का फ़ोन आया, मैम देयर इज़ वन गर्ल, शी वांट्स टू मीट यू. I said, okay, ask her to come tomorrow when we have that 1 hour. Not one, 2 girls came. They were very upset because some 2 or 3 days prior to meeting me, they had gone to a coffee shop and they were having coffee when some local boys troubled them. The girl said that they changed the table, but the boys still continued troubling and they rang up police control room seeking help. This is all of us in uniform. The control room officer, while sending them help, he did send a man, but he questioned their being out of home at 9 o'clock at night to have coffee. And he said, आप घर में क्यों नहीं कॉफ़ी पीते? ये रात को 9 बजे कॉफ़ी पीने का टाइम है क्या? And he was rude to them. Now here technology helped. My joint commissioner was an engineer from BITS Pilani. And a few days earlier he had told me, now our whole computer, this control room is totally computerized, audio, everything is taped. So I called him, I said, Sanjeev, ये लड़कियां बोल रही हैं, this particular time our control room officer was rude, get me that cassette. He got me the cassette and the girls were right. While sending them his patriarchy, his value system of the officer, that how dare you be out at 9 p.m. and not for something serious but to have coffee. So those girls said, Madam Commissioner, and then came the title of my book. So for me, uniform has been since childhood an instrument to serve, and I used it with the help of Lord God for the same purpose.
So inspiring, so simple yet so inspiring. This is what we were here to wanting to get the benefit of. So you were just talking about service, and we at Mission Karma Yogi, we always emphasize on the role-based competencies, role-based capacity building. Because rules we all are always there to abide, that is part of our job. But how do we look at our role and then mold our decisions, our actions according to that? So in light of that, what kind of leadership skills do you feel a person should have to understand how we are able to deliver on the role expectations that are there, or what our role actually requires us to do? So
इसमें मुझे 2 points दिमाग में आ रहे हैं. एक तो अगर if we start with the assumption that all government officers, government servants, civil servants are there to serve, that is the basic assumption. Second point, very important, we have to be very good listeners.
perfect.
कहाँ क्या चल रहा है, किसको किस चीज़ की ज़रूरत है. If we are good listeners with a service mind, and then also able to communicate our thinking, I think we'll be good leaders. And एक मेरा बहुत strong thought है with all my police friends sitting here. Leadership is not the entitlement of IPS or senior officers only. Our constable is a leader. देखिए ट्रैफिक पूरा जैम है एयरपोर्ट की तरफ, एक कांस्टेबल खड़ा है, वो अगर सोचे कि जब तक सब इंस्पेक्टर सर नहीं आएंगे, इंस्पेक्टर सर नहीं आएंगे, मैं तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता. एंड मेनी ए टाइम्स दिस हैपेंस, दैट्स व्हाई द कंट्री इज सफरिंग. हमारे यहाँ क्या हो गया मैम, लीडरशिप हैज बीन कैप्चर्ड बाय ओनली सीनियर्स. आई एम सेइंग सर्व, लिसन, communicate, but share this leadership to the junior most person, and India will be changed.
Yes, that's what is the vision with which we come to work each day, and all of us try to contribute towards that, and that was the purpose for getting you here as
And
well.
I would also very proudly say, a constable in police today is not only educated and aware, they are so technologically savvy कि कई बार ऐसा हमारे यहाँ मैम एक CID में we used to do the best investigation prize. It used to go to constables and sub inspectors.
Wonderful.
So besides being technocrats, if we inculcate in the junior most staff the feeling of leadership, governance will become much easier, smoother.
Wonderful. So, ma'am, you are associated with courage of conviction, that inner resilience that is there, the grit which you are known for. So, how can capacity building of officers help cultivate not only the technical skills which we all know are required in the emerging tech era, but also values like integrity, accountability, moral courage? How do we ensure that these behavioral competencies are actually inculcated in them? Because they are so busy round the clock working on the job, and building their capacity for that, taking them out of their workplace at times becomes a challenge. So what could be the model which could be adopted to ensure that these behavioral competencies are there, in absence of which we tend to blame them for not being the best of officials? But idea is that have we made some effort to inculcate these values in them?
एक तो मैम वैल्यू जो है ना वो बहुत बचपन से या फैमिली से, स्कूल से, कॉलेजेस से, एज वी ग्रो वैल्यूज आर डेवलप्ड, एंड बाय द टाइम वी जॉइन द सर्विस काफ़ी कैरेक्टर वैल्यू सिस्टम बन गया होता है. बट उसमें भी मुझे लगता है बेसिक ट्रेनिंग, और उसमें टू गिव एम्फेसिस ऑन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. See, Constitution is a wonderful document for delivering justice, not only criminal justice, but service, justice, human rights, respect. So basic training should have a very high component of Constitution. And then refreshers courses. What is happening in India is, like in my department, I can tell you, no police station is ready to relieve staff for training because we are short of staff. I was telling someone, and that officer was in bank, and he said we don't relieve from banks either. So the basic units which are in touch with citizens, they are reluctant to relieve their staff for training. So online training, एक तो बेसिक ट्रेनिंग मस्ट हैव ए वेरी ह्यूज कंपोनेंट ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, irrespective of department you are working in, health, education, police, any department, constitution should be the hallmark. And second, if staff is not being spared for training refreshers courses, then online training courses we can emphasize, or hybrid model. So that I think would not only form good basis because of the basic training, but also keep reminding government servants, government officers, civil servants about their allegiance to the citizens and to the Constitution of India, and not get swayed by other issues and frills. जो core है ना सरकार का, that core is service as per the Constitution, and we have to refresh it through various online portals and repeated refreshers courses.
Perfect, wonderful. So I would request the audience to ask a few questions which...
Ma'am, I'm Akanksha Yadav. I'm DCP Security, and I look after the security of Honorable President, Vice President, Head of the countries who visit Delhi. And ma'am, thank you for sharing such an inspiring story with all of us. And ma'am, as I know how you have been in the IPS, women IPS in the era जब बहुत कम लड़कियां आती थी, and yes, जो hard work आपने किया है और या फिर the way you have pushed the glass ceiling has really helped our generation a lot because अब वो वाला नहीं एक स्टिग्मा होता है कि लड़की को जिला नहीं देना है बिकॉज आप लोगों ने इतना अच्छा ग्राउंड पे उसमें मेहनत किया है. मैम, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन like when you were heading like the crime unit in Mumbai, and that was a time जब things were quite difficult. D company का hold होता था and there were a lot of gangsters, wars were going on. ये gangsters आपस में जो इनका gang wars चलते थे. Ma'am, I was just wanted to ask how difficult was it to handle the assignment or any specific uh, moment which would have been really difficult but you held your ground high that no, this is the thing that we have to do to like wipe them out or like to take them to the task. So if any incident that you would like to share with us.
So first of all, when you have a sensitive assignment, and this is for all of us in the audience also, accept that this assignment is not a regular assignment, it is a sensitive assignment, and one mantra is no politics, strictly professional work. When I went to crime branch, those days, many of you may have seen those movies, encounter specialists were ruling. And what had happened was, there were allegations that instead of having genuine encounters, some encounters had been manipulated for personal gain, political gain. So, after accepting that risk-taking, sensitive assignment, first for all of us, watch, be quiet, be a listener. After you get a hang of it, take totally professional decisions. उस टाइम क्या था, encounter specialists also had two groups and they were waiting to see who wins over madam. But if madam says, I am neither here nor there, I am only as per my profession and as per legal, they give up. So, for any sensitive assignment, I believe a lot in self-talk. So I tell myself, see, even when we did hanging of Ajmal Kasab, you know, we are all police officers, we were not meant to hang. So I did lots of self-talking. Joint Commissioner Crime also, I did self-talking. Okay, 1-2 months, just watch, listen, read papers carefully. Don't take sides and be good in writing, documenting. And one day, to my horror, I had gone to office very late at night. Now I don't exactly remember. It was past midnight. And I got a call from not the top gangster, but his number 2, number 3. Can I come to meet you? Now, this phone was on landline. Now, how does he know that I am in my office so late? Actually, I had gone back and I had come. And I realized the escort vehicle of my own escort vehicle driver had told him कि madam office में आ गए. So the point is that you have to accept that security in police assignments are sometimes an issue. Let's not overblow those issues. And once you are professional, the message reaches that the officer is good on paper, not only in oral instructions, and does not take sides. I think you are a winner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Hind ma'am, I am Sandhya ma'am. I am DCP Traffic.
I am so proud of you girls.
Ma'am, thank you so much. I'm DCP Traffic currently, and I've also done assignments in various districts of Delhi as additional DCP, and I've also served in Andaman and Nicobar Islands as part of the AGMOT cadre. Ma'am, First of all, thank you so much for this really energetic and motivating talk that we had today. It was short yet so crisp and so effective that everybody in the room got energized. I'm sure the people who are watching would also get. And we gained all these insights through your life experiences and the challenges that you went through. And I'm sure during those times, these are not just words, and they were truly very deep, and it really must have drained you. But on the face of it, whenever you face those challenges, for example, you mentioned about twice facing rejection for a district, and then getting FIRs registered, especially when your motive is to serve and so deeply, and when you have such a positive outlook and you have this passion to serve, but you are let down by these external factors. What is that motivation that pushes you? What is that? How would you like to tell those people who on and off keep facing these challenges to keep going? So, what is that one thing or two things, three things that really give us that motivation to keep going and not give up?
So, while coming here, I was thinking, what is the main motivational factor? No one can motivate you except your own self. You cannot depend on any external motivator. Like I am talking to you, you will feel very good, you will feel very motivated, half an hour, 1 day, 5 days. Ultimately, it depends on you. And one factor which really helped me in remaining motivated, besides the balance helps, silence. Every day for about an hour or 1.5 hours, I just will not talk. And it's not that I'm listening, not even in office I'm saying, at home. Silence really helps you to grow and to be in touch with your own self, and I think it also brings perspective. So 2 takeaways with this question for my audience and all of us. Silence helps, and you are your own motivator. And I think if you have service as the basis, you are not only able to motivate yourself, you are always happier. वो कुछ ऐसी खुशी मिलती है ना. So service, silence, and be your own motivator.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have another question if I am allowed. Ma'am, you also spoke about, you've done your thesis on community engagement with police management of men. So, especially in police, in and out, we are facing shortage. Every moment feels like you're short of something. Will you be able to do it? It's always about calculation of resources. So, exactly, community engagement, can you cite a few examples where we can actually take the community with us? Because sometimes there are issues also along with this. For example, misusing, like we have some concepts in Delhi police where we are engaging, but they are also sometimes misused by those people to generate fear or kind of show their connections. So how do we find the right people to come and join with us and to keep it sustained rather than being officer dependent? How can it just keep running as a system?
So when I did my PhD, I also interacted with, my sample was not only police officers, sample was 150 college students also. And I realized 2 things. Community policing is both a philosophy and a tool. Philosophy के लिए constable should be on board with us. किसी से कोई काम नहीं है, but एक शॉपकीपर है, उससे बात कर ली, हंस के बात कर ली, किसी लेडी से उनका हाल पूछ लिया. This kind of philosophy that I have to be continuously engaged without any particular agenda. ये जो thought है, ये thought, ये philosophy, इंस्पेक्टर साहब निकले तो अपना 10 लोगों के साथ बैठ के चाय पी ली, कॉफ़ी पी ली. It's a philosophy, it's not a tool. Second, when it becomes a tool is, like मैं महाराष्ट्र का उदाहरण दूंगी, गणपति फेस्टिवल से 1 महीना पहले हमारे all our police stations start inviting people, come and sit with us, students, how will you help us for traffic, Ganpati Mandal, how big is going to be your mandal? So this is a tool. Before any sensitive festival, bandobast, you can use community policing as a tool with a specific agenda. Otherwise, throughout the year, encourage the staff. The point which I made, leadership is not only with the inspector or with the ACP or with the DCP or with the SP. Every constable should feel कि सिर्फ चाय कप पी ली, बात कर ली, that is the way my uniform is, that is the way my philosophy is, that is the way Delhi police works, that's the way Mumbai police works. कोई एजेंडा नहीं है, बात कर रहे हैं, खुश हैं, वो भी खुश हैं, हम भी खुश, उसमें भी बहुत बार अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है. एंड देन यूज इट एज अ टूल फॉर ट्रैफिक बंदोबस्त, फॉर पीस कमिटीज, फॉर गेटिंग proper information of cases. In fact, in that sample during my PhD, many officers wrote that they detected murders with the help of citizens who gave them the clue which were not obvious or apparent. So use community policing both as a philosophy, encourage your staff to mix with citizens without any agenda, but also use it as a tool with specific agenda for particular events.
That was insightful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
नमस्कार मैम, मैं एसीपी हूँ, योगेश मल्होत्रा नाम है. सब इंस्पेक्टर अपॉइंट हुआ था मैडम 1990 में, 1990 में. मैं तो केवल इतना एक वो जानना चाहता था कि जो हमारा कांस्टेबल से एसएचओ लेवल तक, इंस्पेक्टर लेवल तक जो थानों में काम कर रहे हैं और जहाँ टाइम का कोई लिमिट नहीं है, और वो कैसे मैनेज करें और कैसे अपने आप को वो मोटिवेटेड रखें, उसके बारे में आप 2 शब्द कहें तो अच्छा रहेगा.
मुझे लगता है उस एक मोटिवेशन में जो और बिसाइड्स सर्विस, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन एंड साइलेंस, फिजिकल फिटनेस. देखिए मैंने 2 जिले किए, मैं क्राइम ब्रांच चीफ थी, पुणे पुलिस कमिश्नर थी, मैंने कभी अपनी वॉकिंग या एक्सरसाइजेज नहीं छोड़ी. सो आई फील इफ वी कैन encourage our staff, not only police junior staff, any department, to remain physically fit, अपने आप मोटिवेशन आएगी. एंड बैलेंस्ड डाइट. हमारा जो कांस्टेबल है ना, उसको कार्बोहाइड्रेट कितना खाना है, प्रोटीन कितना खाना है, कैल्शियम किसमें है, ये ना समझ होने की वजह से एम्फेसिस ऑन कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स एंड नॉट मैनेजिंग हेल्थ, उससे क्या होता है, आदमी डिप्रेस्ड और डल हो जाता है. डलनेस इज एंटी मोटिवेशनल. तो आप अगर स्टाफ को, आजकल तो बहुत पुलिस स्टेशन में उन्होंने दे हैव ब्रॉट इवन एक्सरसाइजिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. ऑल ऑफिसेस शुड हैव, where our staff free time may they should exercise, and if we give them proper information about nutrition, service, self motivation, silence and good health, good nutrition, this will also help. तो all police station should organize. देखिए एक मैंने जो community policing में ये देखा है, आप किसी भी अपने local doctor से बोलिए please come and talk to my officers, my staff, nobody will deny, refuse. From doctor to educationist, lecturers, हर कोई आके हमारे पुलिस स्टाफ से या किसी भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस के स्टाफ से बोलने को तैयार है, उनकी नॉलेज न्यूट्रिशन या हेल्थ के बारे में इम्प्रूव करने को तैयार है. प्लीज़ यूज़ दैट.
मैं इंस्पेक्टर चंद्रशेखर, मैं अभी दिल्ली पुलिस एकेडमी में हूँ. इससे पहले मैं फील्ड में ही रहा हूँ. आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से बताया, लेकिन कभी कोई फील्ड में क्या दिक्कत आती है, जैसे मान लीजिए मैंने कांस्टेबल्स में योग्यता देखी और मैंने उसे पावर भी एक तरह से दे दिया कि भाई ये आदमी टैकल कर सकता है. लेकिन कई बार क्या होता है, काम करते हुए गलतियां या कुछ ऐसे हालात हो जाते हैं जहां पर कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाए, तो फिर वो जो हमारे सीनियर ऑफिसर्स हैं वो फिर हमें भी उसी में लेते हैं कि आपने खुद ये करना चाहिए था, आपने इस एक छोटे से लेवल कांस्टेबल्स को आपने ये क्यों जिम्मेदारी दे दी. यहाँ पर हमें कैसे तालमेल बनाना चाहिए, इस पर
दैट इज ट्रू. Delegation, basically decentralization and delegation are the mantras. जैसे मैंने आपसे अभी शेयर किया कि कांस्टेबल शुड बी मेड टू फील ए लीडर एंड देन डेलीगेट, बट कई बार गलती क्या हो जाती है, वी डेलीगेट टू ए रॉन्ग पर्सन, या हमारी मिस जजमेंट हो जाती है। देखिए कुछ तो वो कहते हैं ना प्रोफेशनल हैजार्ड्स हैं
जी।
बट अगर 90% योर जजमेंट इज राइट दैट दिस मैन इज कैपेबल, ही विल बी एबल टू हैंडल, यू आर सेफ। बट वो 1 या 2% आपका मिस जजमेंट, उसकी उस टाइम पे फेलियर या जजमेंटल एरर, so some crisis we have to face. That is, I think, part of our civil services. But delegate, give confidence to the people who are working with us, make them feel leaders. They are leaders. ये करना बहुत ज़रूरी है for smooth and good governance.
थैंक यू।
Wonderfully thought out response to the question. So just one aspect which I was hoping we would be able to touch upon a bit would be how we can be the best of mentors for those who are working in the fields. They face challenges day in, day out. They may come to their seniors for guidance, but at times they may not get the right kind of backing or support, though most of the times it would work out. So how could we look at the role of a mentor right at workplace? And can we, like you have been at in different positions, can you share some experience where you could mentor a person and bring out the best in him or her? Or you would have done so for many?
So I would like to share a best practice in Maharashtra. That when an ASP or a DYSP or an inspector joins a district, he or she is made to work an officer who is very carefully selected as a mentor. So like you will have many officers who will have no probationer. That is one hint that leadership does not feel he or she is fit enough to mentor. So Maharashtra government, Maharashtra police are very careful in selecting mentors. But I must admit, the concept of mentorship is more in corporate sector than in government. In fact, we have to develop this. And mentoring would help. But you know, I used to feel, I remember at one particular juncture, I had 3 direct officers working with me and they wanted me to mentor them. And I felt they are so well educated, so well equipped, with so much energy. How could I mentor them? And then I did what I think ultimately it is, that the way you work, that becomes mentoring instead of you sitting with them and giving them lectures. My work processes, my philosophy about engaging with community, my taking decisions, I would be just myself and they would watch. And now sometimes they tease me also. I would like to share an example. One officer, direct IPS, came 5 minutes late for parade. Now this is not done. So I asked him that he has to lead the police latecomers up to the fort and they cannot walk, they have to run. So many times now he reminds me, this was the punishment. How dare you be late? You are an IPS officer. You have set a bad example. Now run up the fort and lead other latecomers. And now that officer is additional DG and he still talks about it, but I don't mind it.
What a wonderful sharing of experiences and such inspiring instances you've shared today. So, what a wonderful sharing of experiences, and so inspiring your talk has been. And what is really heartening for me is you have touched on all the aspects, be it integrity, continuous learning, or citizen centricity, which are the key pillars on which the mission Karmyogi stands. And besides some more values we have talked about. So, this is what is required when our experiences, our contribution align with the philosophy with which we can take forward our role as a person, as a professional in the civil services. And what can be better for the future of the younger generation and the younger generations who would create the India we and the Bharat we always have looked at for the times to come. So best wishes, ma'am, and thank you so very much for your very, very inspiring and insightful sharing of experience and talk. This is a wonderful moment for all of us who are present here and who are listening to you.
Thank you, my friends here, and thanks the audience. Jai Hind.